Hello everyone, welcome back. So today we're going to be playing Nasus, and I'll be playing against the Grand Heist adventure. Last time around I played with Swain and it was a complete breeze. So this time around I'm challenging myself a little bit, playing with Nasus. Nasus is significantly weaker as a 6-star champion. So in theory the games should be more even. In particular the clock hand, which last time with Swain I just brute forced by dealing damage to the opponent's Nexus instead of playing properly and getting playing the correct card every turn. What do I want to do here? I'm honestly very tempted to just pick Kakarim, because the Ephemeral Allies and the Shadow Isles region kind of have synergy with Nasus. Yeah, sure, let's pick up Kakarim. It sounds interesting. And then Lethality, the foe's Nexus takes 1 extra damage from all sources. Rip Essence or Haunting Hall. Honestly, I'm not really seeing the lethality being useful. The Rip Essence, same thing. So maybe we can just pick up the Haunting Hall and just toss our units into the grinder to get a massive Hallowed buff on Nasus. Nah, let's reroll, I can do better. Apparently not, because all of these are worse. Let's redo it again. Slow and steady. When you play a slow spell, copy it onto the same targets. Nope. Can I get something decent for once? Referian Might. You know what? Sure. Referian Might is the worst or the least bad option out of all of those. This is definitely not a good start to the run. Going ahead and having to waste all those rerolls at the start doesn't bode well for me. Let's get Scrying Sands, I guess. Ceaseless Sentry is decent. Lurking Nightmare. I want the Lurking Nightmare. Sure, it's 1 mana, 2 mana 4/4. Shadow Elf Tailstones with Summoning Beacon is incredible. It mitigates the worst part about that card. Out of the Way is useless. Emperor's Divide is too slow, so... But I don't want Reason Mist, so let's reroll. Iron Harbinger. Or the box. Let's pick up the box, I guess. Realm of Death. Or Ruthless Predator. Our deck, definitely not the most exciting thing overall, but it could be worse. I think we can make it work. We'll be getting a lot of Nasus shuffled into the deck because of the Echoing Spirits, so there's no point in keeping the Nasus in the opening hand. I'm just going to toss them. And then we're going to play for the kill on the opponent's units, I suppose. Try to make use of what we do have. I think I'll save this so I can go for a Shadow Elf Tailstones next turn. When you summon another ally, give it +2/+0 this round. I think that's the most threatening out of all the stuff the opponent has on board. Let's get rid of it and work on getting the cost of the cards in our hand reduced. We have to take 4, but it will be fine. long term we're going to be able to buff our units by a lot. I can drop down Hecarim and or Nasus and strike these two. Doesn't seem that great. Honestly, I'm probably better off just doing this. I create 1/1s, that's the unfortunate part. But at the very least it allows me to go for a relatively safe attack like so. Continue working towards building up my first wave, reducing the cost of Nasus in hand, ensuring that I get to strike twice once I do summon Nasus. The unfortunate part is that Hecarim doesn't kill anything on summon, so I guess we have to go Nasus first. Oh, but right, I have the thing, the Trifarian Might, which means that my units strike an additional time if they have 5 or more attack, well, my champions at least. So now that everything in my deck has +5/+5, my units just strike on summon as well. And now I'm pretty sure I just win. Like, the opponent has no way to prevent this attack from occurring. And the Spectral Riders also benefit from the +5/+5. Even if the opponent can develop a board of 10 soldiers, the fact that my units also have Overwhelm ensures that I have a secure victory. Okay, my deck might not have the most value, but at the very least I can put on a significant amount of threat. I have +2/+2 for each ally that died with its power increased. The correct choice is obviously the Bakai Reaper, but the funny choice is the Zolani, so I'm going to pick the Zolani obviously. And let's go for the shop. Endurance, I guess. Better than to have it than not to have it. And also we're buffing up the Shadow Alstel stones. Other than that, Armed Acquisitioner, 2 mana, draw 1. You know what? Oh, I don't have enough money. I would have picked up the Acquisitioner actually if I had enough money, because it's 2 mana for draw a card and also get a flexible option, which is pretty decent. Yeah, let's skip the Ruthless Predator and the Scrying Sands. The box is probably the clunkiest card in my deck. I wish it weren't in my deck. And there goes the unit I just summoned. How annoying.
Be cautious, Kahiri. You don't know what to expect.
Aspiring Chronomancer.
I'll be fine.
He's going to use it to dig through it, or he's going to use cards with Predict to dig through his deck, so he can go ahead and make him get to the decimates faster, isn't he? At least I think that's what he's going to do. That was in an incorrect block, I was distracted. Oh well, it's going to be fine. I get my unit back here, and now I can go for a kill on one of the opponent's units. So so I don't have to worry about anything at all. Never mind, I do, because the opponent has crying sands.
You're making that worried face that you make.
And you know what, the opponent? You know what? I'm going for the box. I don't think I'll get a better one. It could be worse. At the very least it has lifesteal, so it gives us some longevity. Also we get our unit back yet again. Let's set up down the Hecarim, strike something. Work on clearing the opponent's board and buffing up Nasus. Let's go ahead and get rid of the largest unit the opponent has, because it's obviously not something I wanted him to keep around. And we have not only stabilized, but we also have a massive Hecarim that's going to strike into the opponent's Nexus. Oh right, Aspiring Chronomancer gets buffed up in the process. It's going to be fine, I'll just do this. Force the opponent into taking the damage. He could have blocked the Spectral Riders if he wanted. It just chose not to. Do I want to kill a unit? Yeah, sure. I can also just Spirit Journey on the Hecarim to get more Hecarims. I don't really know what to do. I'm going to pass. Let the opponent do whatever he wants. I'm going to waste a lot of mana, but I don't think I need to worry. Okay, that's nice. Now I finally have a outlet for the crumble. Let's get rid of that thing. Now Nasus just strikes 2 things on summon and levels up on summon as well.
The sea stars aren't the only twins anymore. Technically, we're the same person. Forget it.
The opponent's probably close to the decimates by now, right? With how much he's predicting. Can you not?
These are the hands that will shape the future.
I'm going to let him grow up to the Hecarim stats first, and then I'll go for the Nasus strike.
We stand in the foot of the expanse of eternity stretched out before me. The sun disk rises and the cycle is complete.
And now what? I can go for this Crank Sense to get some more units with a high amount of value. Lord Eldred, sure. Let's Siphoning Strike there. And now I'm pretty sure I can just do this and I kill the opponent. Is the opponent going to survive this somehow? I hope not.
Wanna see how it works?
He is playing a lot of careful preparations, but I don't think the amount of careful preparation is going to save him. Ooh, time has come. That would have been nice if he could be actually blocked with the blocklings. Do I want to go for a shop here? Or I guess I have no choice. I was considering not going for it because I don't have that much money. because I'm just going to be upset if I see something good here. Okay, it's not that bad. It's not like I'm passing upon something good. Action, or Twisted Fate. Honestly, I think action is the best out of all of these. Mostly because I can play action in the beginning stages of the game, and then I'll buff it up with the slaying of the opponent's units, and from there I'll get a massive quick strike unit. The fact that the opponent starts with a big game tycoon is a bit frightening. I'm going to do this, try to predict our next draw to be something good. Bloodweaver Zolani. Sure. I can use the Mihira to stall as well if I need to. The Bristle Hog has 0 attack, which is huge for me. What the hell is this? When I transform the Blimp Poacher, next time you block or unblock unities around capture the enemy. I guess he performed things in the wrong order. He's capturing the 0-1. Or I can do this, take the 10 and ensure that that thing slays something. Honestly, I think that might be better. Honestly, I might be able to just do this as well. This is fine, I think. Why go for me here? It's the thing that gets buffed then. Yeah, sure, let's go for it. It also ensures that this thing doesn't get to attack again. I do waste it a little bit because I immediately kill the big game tycoon, but I think it's for the best. Let's attack, sure. The opponent summons something. I'm going to pass. The shadows in the brush having this much toughness is a problem, however. Let's hope the opponent doesn't have a very good shadow in the brush here. Honestly, I'm going to just drop down Nasus to try and clear stuff. Yep, it was the correct choice. The opponent's board has been significantly reduced. I'm just going to pass, see what he does. He does nothing. Okay. Definitely didn't expect that. I am going to go for the Zolani just because it clears the board a little bit by getting rid of the all-terrain trooper. Let's drop down Lurking Nightmare, get rid of something as in the process. Let's Ruthless Predator here. Yeah, this is good. And then I'll go ahead and strike like so.
Purpose whets my blade. I cannot trust them.
Level up Nasus.
Life and death inexorably interwoven.
How close am I to ascending Nasus? 3 units off. Going to be fine. Oh! I have enough damage to kill the opponent. I didn't even realize that.
Victory.
Here was I making preparations for future turns, when in the reality, the end was right in front of me. Action. Create an action in hand, grant it +2/+2 and reduce its cost by 1. Perfect. Honor Lord or item chest. Let's go for the item chest. I'm holding out hope that hopefully I'll get the Nasus champion spell, because I would highly benefit from having items on the Nasus champion spell, since I get so many copies of it from the echoing spirit or echoed spirit or whatever it's called. Let's toss all of these. I'm definitely keeping the Shark Chariot and the Ruthless Predator. The opponent summons the Clock Hand. I'm actually going to give the opponent the opportunity to summon something. Now he has no mana, so I can go ahead and start clearing the opponent's board, or maybe not. The opponent definitely has a scary board. I'm going to need to do something next turn. I am hoping that the opponent doesn't go ahead and attack right away. Yeah. The unfortunate part is that he went ahead and cleared the unit I was going to use to jump block most of the opponent's stuff. How do I want to block this? I can't even block there. Crap. I guess I have to do this like so. It's extremely painful and uncomfortable, but I have no other choice. Nasus is only at 5. This strikes something on summon. Let's keep the ball rolling with that then. Next turn I can go for Echorim. That might be good. It's basically a free unit. Sets up, kills that thing in the process. Honestly, I'm going to attack like so. See what the opponent does before I choose to overcommit. I have a plan. I can go for a Nasus and kill those 3 units. I think that's fine.
The cycle begins anew. The expanse of eternity stretched out before me.
Now I have slain enough units to Sundisk, to get Sundisk off, which will significantly reduce the amount of threat on the opponent's board, because now everything has like -4 attack. And I'm going to hold back the Shadow Apprentice and the Blighted Caretaker to use as removal. And now that I have went ahead and gotten the Warlord spell down to 0, I can use it to, or the Relic of Power to draw one. Yeah, I definitely want that one, just to get a big unit whenever I want to use it. The Clocklings are at 0 attack for now, but that will soon change. I know it. Right, 36, 36. How do I want to do this? Let's Scrying Sands. to get this one, I guess. Let's get one more Nasus. I need to play something with, or play something for 2, but I can't really do that, can I? So I guess we're just doing this instead. Then we attack with everything. We also get the Spectral Riders off. The thing is, I'm not really making any progress with the vault. And I'm very low. That puts me in danger. Because I can die to time bombs if he has enough of them. I can also die to the opponent if he ends up growing one of his units to a very large amount on my turn, and then on his turn he just swings with it. 6 cost. I have nothing that costs 6 though. Let's pass the turn. Nothing. He's just playing cards because he can. He's not going to run out of cards to draw either. And that's the unfortunate part. Well, at the very least I can go for the 2 right now. Let's go for 1 as well. And then I have an option for 0. Okay. Things are working out for me. Let's draw 1. Or draw 2, I mean. The unfortunate part is that everything's over now. I guess we can do this. Keep working on clearing the opponent's board. And then striking the opponent's Nexus. And I'll hope for the best. I finally have a lot of cards in hand, but none of them are that useful. That's the unfortunate part. Let's say is very unthreatening board. It's the weakest unit that it grows, right? Yeah. So killing the clock hand does nothing. What do I even do here? I'm going to pass the turn, or I can just siphoning strike, keep things going with faction and the Warlord Sword. Unfortunately, I have this visual bug thing in my screen. That's a bit annoying. Oh, if only I could get an 8 cost card here. That's it. That's the ticket to my victory. I don't even know what I'm choosing there. I just want to close out the game by doing this. Oh! It's not -8, it's -1 or 2 or whatever it is. That's unfortunate. It's going to be fine. I get another action off here. When the target allies advance me. Well, I know a way to target allies. Wait, that's enough? I wasn't paying attention. I just played cards and hoped for the best. But somehow I still won. Dragon Leather, Speed Rafts, Philosopher's Stone. Definitely the Philosopher's Stone on Nasus. I need the extra card draw. Memory game. Hold them off in Fueling Strike. Let's go for the memory game. It might be useful. Do I want to risk it against the Ruin Runner? Sure. What's the worst that can happen? The opponent starts with Ruin Runner, which is relatively sticky because it has Spell Shield. But perhaps we'll be fine. I'm going to keep the Shark Chariot. Lurking Nightmare is decent. I get an action as well, which I can play alongside the Ruthless Predator to kill the Ruin Runner. But I don't even need that. I just need to kill the Ruin Runner, please. Thank you. There we go. We get the ball going on the playing. Do I Shark Chariot? Or do I need to save the action from that somehow? Apparently I need to save action from that, because he's going to be killed by the Sandstone Chargers. I can't save action, however. That's unfortunate. At the very least I can do this and make it so action trades 1 for 1. Wait, what? How did that happen? I thought action was going to die for sure. Oh right, when a unit is vulnerable they get their attack reduced. So that means action survives. Lucky me.
Would you look at this place?
Do I want to go for the Shark Chariot? Nah, let's pass. Also I'm going for Nasus here, so I get more Nasus in the next few turns. Then I can attack with everything. Nasus is going to level up here. It doesn't matter that my units have vulnerable by this point. I have already done what I wanted with action. And with Nasus as well. And also I can chain Nasus here, or from here on out, which should make it so our units get so massive the opponent can't do anything. Wait, Nasus didn't level up? That's annoying. It's fine. I can go ahead and do this. I'm going to ensure Nasus gets leveled up one way or another. Even if I have to go ahead and do this, which is incredibly sloppy. Well, it might not get leveled up immediately, but at the very least I went ahead and got the Sun Disk part done. Wait, does the opponent win here? Oh no, it's only when he has the attack token. That's fortunate. Do I want to attack right away, or do I want to go for Ekarim first? I'm going to go for Ekarim first. Obliterating Ekarim, and action, and that. Unlucky. Let's see if I can get something big. This is the biggest one. And Shark Chariot is nice as well, I guess. Let's drop this down. Let's try to slay everything the opponent, or deal a bunch of damage to the opponent, so he doesn't get to win the game by having 80 plus Nexus health. And now we have just bought ourselves a little bit more time. It would have been nice if I could get the siphoning strike of the memory game off, but I didn't. Let's toss these out as removal. Okay. Can you summon a unit? Thank you. Can you summon another unit so I can go for the category here? I guess not. Can I close out the game this turn? Maybe not. Let's go for the card draw then. Please don't have removal. He actually lets the attack go through. Ooh. That was worrisome. For a second there I was 5 health away from losing the game. 5 of the opponent's health, that is. Shadow Totem on Nasus. The Black Flame with Home Turf, of course. Of course. Just so it doesn't do anything. Iron Harbinger that draws one on summon. Let's go for the Nasus. This way Nasus draws 2 instead of just drawing 1. Quick draw, higher education, wounded prey. Let's reroll once. Spellburn, Get Swole, Phalanx. You know what? For once, Get Swole is actually the correct choice because the Siphoning Strike works with that. Or at least I hope it does. Dune Swallower. Let's just hope that I don't get hit with a high roll from the opponent. I can't kill that thing with my action, but I'm still going to get action down. Actually, I can kill that thing with action, never mind. The problem is the opponent just immediately summoned a Dune Swallower for some reason. I think Raza is going to be useful this game. I just have that feeling that I'm going to need an extra piece of removal. I'm going to drop down the Lurking Nightmare just to further get or further control the opponent's board, and now I have a unit that can actually stand up against the Dune Swallower. I'm just going to pass. And obviously the opponent managed to get managed to have a card that ensures that I don't trade favorably with the Dune Swallower. It's fine. I'm just going to throw another Lurking Nightmare out there, or I can go for Raz and kill the 2 weakest enemies right away, and then it strikes there. You know what? Sure. That's a full board clear. Actually, it doesn't work because the Dune Swallower has Spell Shield. Unlucky. Well, I can still kill it with action at least. Now from this position, I think what I want to do is hold.
I was born in Velvet. I cannot leave.
Let's see what the opponent does after playing everything. Sure, I think this is a good Nasus turn. We do waste 1 strike, but at the very least we level up Nasus and clear everything the opponent has. And we proc this Sun Disk.
The sun disk rises and the cycle is complete.
Anything else you want to do, opponent? Besides the Zerdaya Schling? No. Doesn't appear so.
I was born in Belved.
Let's see if this works. It should go up to 13. That's a lot of procs. I think it's procking for every champion. Yep, 14. Okay, so it does work the way it's supposed to. Nice. We found a situation where the Get Swole actually is beneficial. Yeah, I'm unimpressed with your decisions, opponent. So I'm just going to do this again. The annoying part is that I have to wait for the Get Swole to proc once individually for every champion that I own. I'm just going to do this twice. Yep. And now we just strike with everything and it's the end of the opponent. No way the opponent can deal with this board, especially if he only has 2 cards in hand.
One step closer to a world without villains.
Now, Shadow Apprentice with Farsight Alteration. Yeah, sure, why not? Gets that card out of our deck and into our hand quicker. And then we'll also go... No, Mountain Speaks Bait. No way that's useful. Salvage. You know what? Sure. Salvage is good. For card draw. But that's about it. Do I want single combat or desert duel? I don't think it's justified. I have to cut a card in the next healer encounter. If I were to cut a card, I would cut probably nothing. I think my deck's fine. There's definitely something that I can cut to make it more consistent, however. Probably the Zolani, the Blood Weaver. That's definitely what I would cut if I was a sensible human being. But I'm not, so I'm just going to move along. I want Zolani to shine at least once. It would be so great if that could happen here. But it probably won't happen. Let's toss this. Keep the Lurching Nightmare because it strikes something on summon. The Scrying Sands are decent. Keeps things stable. Honestly, I could go action turn 1, but I don't want to give the opportunity for the opponent to duplicate an Ezreal with Deathless, like he does sometimes on the first turn. So I'm just going to drop down the Lurching Nightmare right away and get rid of the Deathless on the Ezreal. Let's drop down the action, clear the Ezreal, start working right away on the Warlord's Palace. I can also just strike like this, see if he blocks with one of the Drumming Swarms. Let's hope he does. Okay, things are going well for us. Action grew a whole bunch. If he develops this carry bard, I can go ahead and Nasus it down. Let's play or get the Wrath of the Freljord. I want a salvage. Maybe I should have picked the Zolani just so I could have it. But the salvage might be better. Predict, give a unit. Give a unit what? What did he do? I didn't even properly see what the opponent did. Give a unit what? What did he do to my action that caused me to take that much damage? And why did he die? When the opponent's unit only had 9 attack. That was extremely weird. And I'm not happy about that outcome. And now I'm certain that I won't have an outcome that's as good as that one. Like, I'm probably going to end up having a Naziril doubled up a whole bunch, yep. Just like this. What do I even do here? This is such a terrible position to be in. I guess I just hope that Nasus can clear everything in a couple of turns. I guess that's the play. I'm just going to do this so next turn I can maybe Shadow Isles, Hellstone something down. Well, at the very least the Azurils have 0 attack, so it could be worse. My old board is going to get destroyed because of the Spirit Fire. I have to take 2 here. I can play Nasus, but at the very least I can do this. Start working on the opponent's board. Copy the first card, the Pope plays its Shroud. I still don't get how or why he dealt that much damage last time around. My action. I'm just going to pass. Ouch. Let's save up the spell mana. He's dealing way too much damage. If he can just deal 68 burst damage at a moment's notice, I'm definitely in for a World of Hurt. Action obviously dies because the opponent deals double damage with his spells. I am going to salvage here. I want to have a nice and juicy hand for this Nasus. The thing is that I didn't really address this problem. Let's just do this at burst speed, so the opponent can't actually react. I'm not going to have action to level up and give me a Warlord Sword, unfortunately. So I'll have to make do with something else entirely. Well, at the very least my units are large,
Rises and the cycle is complete.
so I can clear the opponent's board without many issues. There's an Ezreal. Why are the opponent's cards being doubled up? What's he doing? He shouldn't be doubling up his cards, right? I don't understand how he's doubling up his cards, but sure, give the opponent more things and more benefits. I have 10 cards in hand. I'm just going to play the Ceaseless Sentry so I have hand space. Right, I forgot. I have the thing, memory game. Well, at the very least, I'm not getting cursed. Ouch. Can you not burn me to death, opponent? That's very rude. I have too many cards that draw cards in hand. This can prove to be a problem. I might just deck myself out. Let's Siphoning Strike, which might be a mistake because now I have to sit through a bunch of Get Swole animations. Let's drop down another Ceaseless Sentry. True Shot Barrage. And the opponent leveled up Ezreal. I think I am in danger. I'm taking 12 to my face. You know what? I'm not going to let the Ezreal stick around. I'm just going to do this a generous amount of times. To prevent the opponent from going ahead and killing me with Ezreal Burn. He still has 3 cards in hand. I'm worried about what they might be. He didn't react. Let's see. Oh. Okay, he just gave up. That's lucky for me. That was way too close for comfort. I'm going to have to review exactly what caused me to take 68 damage out of nowhere, because I don't think I've ever seen such a card. He definitely played something on my action. I just didn't have the time to read it properly. All that matters is that I won in the end. But yeah, that will be it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye. Till then.